Invisible algorithms control our modern world at the speed of light, executing millions of critical decisions long before you can even blink. But they have a fatal flaw. They run on binary logic, meaning they are computationally programmed to act, always. They cannot hesitate. We saw the result in May 2010. During the flash crash, unhesitating algorithms wiped out $1 trillion in market value in just minutes. Unchecked speed without a built-in mechanism to pause creates a structural vulnerability that leaves society blind after the collapse happens. Lev Goukassian understood this vulnerability better than anyone. Working from a sunlit study, he faced his own terrifying timeline, a stage 4 cancer diagnosis and roughly 6 months to live. While his personal timeline collapsed, his mind locked onto this expanding global threat. He called this chasm between high-speed computation and human oversight the governance gap. He believed in what he called the burden of knowing. If you see a catastrophic architectural danger, ignoring it is an act of choice, and ignorance never excuses the powerful. Instead of stepping away, Lev spent his final months mapping the most complex regulatory problem of our era. He turned his terminal diagnosis into an inescapable mandate for responsibility. He didn't build this alone. He treated multiple AI models like an orchestra, acting as the conductor. By pitting them against each other in real time, he used their friction to challenge first principles and strip away superficial industry assumptions. The pressure was immense. He was racing to finalize a new standard before technological acceleration permanently outpaced our ability to oversee it. His collaborative workflow mirrored his ultimate goal: to build an architecture where human intent, rather than the raw output of the machines, dictates the final outcome. The foundation is the Goukassian vow: pause when truth is uncertain, refuse when harm is clear. Proceed where truth is. Looking below, we see how he translated this into ternary logic, replacing binary logic with a mandatory third computational state. This diagram maps out that third state, the epistemic hold. It's a hardware-level constraint forcing a machine to halt execution whenever data becomes ambiguous. When the system fails closed, it cannot proceed until it creates an immutable ledger recording the uncertainty. The sacred zero takes ethics out of the realm of philosophical afterthoughts and turns it into an unbreakable mathematical law of physical hesitation. To be clear, this framework will not magically prevent every human error or stop every future global crisis, but it directly challenges the tech industry standard of ethics washing, superficial PR statements, and easily bypass software guidelines offering no real protection. This graphic illustrates Lev's demand for hard architecture, the Goukassian promise. It requires algorithms to mathematically prove their integrity across 3 specific artifacts: the lantern, the signature, and the license, before they are ever granted permission to execute. By embedding the audit trail into the circuitry, the framework guarantees that every exercise of algorithmic power leaves an unalterable record for human review. Lev designed this architecture to meet the long-term needs of the global financial infrastructure, overseen by institutions like the Bank for International Settlements. This creates a system of assured governance, where a digital entity's license to operate strictly depends on its proven capability to hesitate. With the blueprints for a safer architecture now clearly documented, those who oversee these systems can no longer claim that indifference is the only option. Lev Goukassian spent his final days working in the quiet sunlight, not to solve every equation, but simply to force humanity to pause before making irreversible decisions. As he left us to carry the work forward, he noted the ultimate cost of unchecked momentum. The heaviest knowledge is not knowing the answer, it is knowing the cost of asking too late.